Back here on First Things First with Antoine Walker. Cavs home last night to host the Milwaukee Bucks. They were without their head coach, Ty Lue, who's on medical leave of absence. They were with their shot in the arm, Kevin Love, finally back from a broken hand. But the story was, as the story has been, LeBron James. LeBron nabbed his third triple-double in 4 games to help beat the Bucks 124-117. And for LeBron, what a line. 40 points, 12 boards, 10 assists. And a whole bunch of optimism heading down the final stretch. So, Antoine, I ask you, how impressed were you with LeBron James?
I've been impressed probably the last 20 games. Just incredible how he's been playing. But last night, obviously, to get 40 points and the triple-double has just been amazing at the level that he's playing at 15 years into the league. I played against LeBron, came in 2003. I played 5 years against LeBron. And to see where he's at right now, I can't even put words to it. I just never seen this before with a guy 15. Usually you decline. His jump shot's getting better. He's scoring the basketball more with ease when I'm talking about 15 to 17 feet in with the fadeaways. He's not necessarily posting up a lot. He's not a great post-up player. But besides his free throw shooting, everything is unbelievable where he's at right now.
When you played against him those first 5 years of his career, the book on him, I don't want to say was easy because he was a first-team All-NBA guy by year 3, but the book on him was make him shoot. Go under the screens on him. If his jump shot's on, he's going to have a big night. But otherwise, that's your one hope, is make him shoot. Now that, aside from January, he is shooting for the year over 40% from 3. He's always been super high efficient near the rim. How do you guard him now when his jump shot is, I believe, the best it's ever been in his career?
You got to see if you can get him to take 10 jump shots. Which is tough to do.
Absolutely.
Because he's so headstrong as far as getting to the basket and getting where he wants, getting to certain spots on the floor. But I would go under his pick and roll, and if he makes 6 or 7 threes, you live with it. But when he's able to do everything and get triple doubles, I think he's got like 16 so far. When he gets around you, he makes plays so easy, and obviously in transition, he's the best player we got in the league.
Yeah, and also the rebounding. Because of the rebounding has been so consistent, and they've changed their philosophy. When he was first in Cleveland, very, very athletic. People would force him to shoot, but he's still one of the best players in the league just on athleticism and the basketball knowledge that he had. When you're able to get the ball off the glass, you can start at one man. And we saw that last night a couple times. You got a one-man fast break. LeBron understands the game better. He understands where he needs to get to, and before defenses can set up, he can get an easier shot compared to in the half court. So for me, LeBron, he understands the game and is playing a lot smarter. And when you trade away Kyrie, you have to assume some of those playmaking duties.
That's why he has 16 triple doubles, because Kyrie's gone. He's handling the ball much more than he ever had to handle in the last couple of years with Kyrie being there. So obviously the assists are up, but he makes everybody better. I mean, he's not playing with dynamic scores. And he's gotten these guys playing really, really well, and he's able to get 10, 11, 12 assists a night.
The distinction I'll draw is even before Kyrie left, the triple-doubles thing started last year. Going into last season, his first 13 years in the league, he had 42 triple-doubles. Then last year, he set his career high with 13. This year, he's setting a new career high with 16. This is the part of LeBron's career that makes the least amount of sense to me. The year 14-15 part of it. Because I did think we were going to see that we had seen the peak of LeBron in Miami. And that first year in Cleveland, his first year in Cleveland, it looked like, okay, he's still the best player in the league, but he's slightly on the downtick. The second year in Cleveland, he absolutely looked like he was on the downtick until those final 3 games of the finals. But since those final 3 games of the finals when they won the championship, last year, he set his career high in rebounding and assists while leading the league in minutes. This year, he is breaking those career highs, setting new career highs in year 15 in rebounds and assists, while again leading the league in minutes. The durability's always been an outlier insane, but the ability to improve this deep into his career is unlike any athlete I've seen in any sport ever.
Yeah, and then you got to think about what's special about this year is that the changes that they had to make on the roster, and he still played very high level. I mean, they had a monster trade, and he was playing great before the trade. Now, when he makes the trade, he's still playing great, and he's had more injuries this year than he's ever had
to his teammates.
Yes, to his teammates to deal with, and he's been the one consistent guy, and he's playing at another level. It's nothing negative you could say about him. He's probably the MVP, but James Harden is going to probably win the award because of the wins and loss situation, but he's probably the MVP this year.
Antoine, there's this thing that happens in football that even if the Patriots aren't playing well when Tom Brady steps on the field, other teams are just intimidated by nature of what his history has been and how successful he's been. Even in year 15, does LeBron still carry that with him? I mean, do guys that are on the court just feel like, oh my God, it's LeBron James, regardless of how many years he's played, how old he is right now? Does he still sort of carry that same intimidation factor this long?
Oh, without question. I happened to be reading some of the newspaper articles this morning, and Giannis said that he's the best player in the world. He couldn't believe he's the only guy to score 40 points on him, and he's 15 years in the league. He can't stop him. He's long, athletic. He could be the ideal, typical person that should be able to stop LeBron. It's just unbelievable where he's at right now. I can't put words to it. To be 15 years in this league, you see guys usually decline. He hasn't declined a bit. He's steady going up.
Giannis it's interesting you mentioned Giannis, because obviously they played the Bucks last night. LeBron, Durant, Giannis, in my eyes, are the three best forwards in basketball. Like, Durant and Giannis are going to battle for that other first-team All-NBA spot. But, I mean, those are your three best forwards in basketball. LeBron this year, there's no team he's played better against than the Bucks. Giannis is an excellent defender. Giannis is the one checking him. Yet, against the Bucks, 33 points per game, averaging more against the Bucks than any team in the league except for Washington. And then Washington has an outlier because he scored 57 against Washington in one game to skew it. Shooting 58% against the Bucks. That, to me, is indicative that, as we have seen throughout the years, LeBron typically does have an extra gear to go to. He usually reserves that for the postseason. He seems to have been hitting that gear against the Bucks and Giannis, maybe for a reason.
To me, he plays against Giannis the same way he plays against Durant, because the overall size, they are at a tremendous disadvantage. Now, to me, Giannis might be a good defender, but he's not a good defender against LeBron. The reason why, LeBron can draw him away from the bucket. LeBron can post up on him. And there's nothing when LeBron gets a head of steam that Giannis can do. So Giannis is just a young pup. LeBron is the guy. And LeBron, every time you face that guy, it's like Randy Moss. When we got him into the league, we used to have another corner across. We had Darryl Green one time. I said, man, you got to send a message to the rest of the league today. He's like, oh, why is that? I said, because they respect Darryl Green. You run past Darryl Green, the whole league will know that Randy Moss is for real. So LeBron, I believe, takes that matchup personal, and with them being in the East, he sends a message to Giannis every time.
I would say he takes it personal. That might be one. LeBron knows who's the best players and the up-and-coming players that he has to go against, and that's his way of letting them know that it's still my league. I'm still the best player. You still got to wait your turn. And I think he takes that personal. That's something that motivates him on a game-in and game-out basis.
How much better do you think the Cavs got last night getting Kevin Love back in the lineup?
Oh, they got better because obviously he gets another guy who can stretch the floor. You got to remember, Kevin Love's an all-star in this league. He can average 20 or 10. He's going to help them get out of the Eastern Conference. Now, whether they can win an NBA championship, that's a whole nother story. He's yet to prove to me that he can play well against Golden State, against smaller lineups. But in the Eastern Conference, he can definitely help them get over the hump. I think when they get Rodney Hood back and everybody's back and playing, they'll be fine. You know, when Larry Nance and Trent Thompson come back, they'll be able to get out the East because Kevin Love can give you 20 and 10, and he's played great in the playoffs up until they play Golden State.
So you mentioned there, you just as an aside, they're going to be able to get out of the East. Toronto is 52 and 18. They have the second best point differential in basketball. They are a half game behind Golden State for the second best record in basketball. Their bench is outscoring opponent's bench by 30 points per 100 possessions. A lot of people feel this is a different Toronto team than the ones in years past that have gotten into the postseason and gotten washed out. Where do you stand on the Raptors versus the Cavs, assuming now that Kevin Love is back?
It'll be a long series. I like LeBron James in Game 7. I just like LeBron James. I believe it's going to be a long series because Cleveland struggles to play up there in Toronto. Toronto's a very good home team. They play well at home, but I like LeBron James in Game 7.
And any chance they have in the finals against Golden State or Houston, barring LeBron doing what he did those final 3 games against Golden State?
I'm worried because he don't have, if you look at LeBron's history, he had Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, 2 guys in their prime that were capable of getting 25 and 30 points. You saw Kyrie Irving, what he was able to do over the last couple of years with LeBron. I don't know if nobody on that roster right now can help LeBron at the level that he's going to need when he goes against Houston and Golden State. I just don't see it. I know Kevin Love is good. He can get you 20 or 10, but in the past he hasn't played good against Golden State.
Big Blue, Basketball Nation. You in Atlanta this weekend, watching your squad?
Of course, we got in the Final Four, baby. It's wide open. Hey, we got Arizona to lose. We got Virginia to lose. It's wide open.
Your guys' bracket opened up. You going?
Okay, yeah, I got to make sure I get your number because I'm going to Atlanta on Friday. So I need them to win Thursday so I can go Saturday.
Kansas State. Don't do that.
Antoine, thank you so much.
Just Sharpie them into your Elite Eight, says Antoine Walker.
Coming up, did the Broncos make a mistake sitting out the Kirk Cousins sweepstakes? Next on First Things First. Thank you so much for coming by.